Again, building information modeling is sort of the cornerstone of what many of us have in common. I think we're going to touch on some of these characteristics today. The idea of keeping information digital. The spatial accuracy is important as we talk about some of the equipment. Measurable is also there. The accessibility is obviously a key highlight in a facility like this. So without any further ado, Scott Davis from Autodesk to present Autodesk 360.
So our cloud platform, we actually have a cloud platform now. It's part of, we called it the cloud over the last couple of years. Just this year we started calling it 360, and so you'll see a lot more about Autodesk 360. So it has some baseline features. These are all free to all of you that use our software. Storage, as I mentioned, you all get storage space. If you're a subscription account holder, you get 25 gigs of storage space. If you're not on subscription, you get 3. Viewing and sharing of those files, being able to actually get a Revit model published out there or AutoCAD files out there and be able to look at them and share them in real time, and then that collaboration workspace. So I can literally use AutoCAD WS, draw clouds on a document from the field. Joe's back in the office, and he can watch me draw revision clouds on an object, and he'd be able to see me do that, and you know, we could collaborate in a real-time environment. Our cloud services, so we have services that run on top of that. You guys have used some of our rendering services, Autodesk 360 rendering. Take the power off the desktop, move it out, and we can do things much faster and better. 360 optimization, so another new tool that allows us to go through and do some what-if scenario. Energy analysis. So for architecture and building design, energy analysis obviously has become very important recently, and being able to do these things again on the cloud allows us to do those analyses that are very computational heavy much more quickly and much more easily than we can on a local desktop. And again, structural analysis the same way. We can actually take our structural models and start to analyze them to whatever different code requirements we have on the cloud, and it spits back the results back to us inside of our applications. Cloud-based products, we have a product lifecycle management tool now on the cloud. That's fairly new, just got announced within the last month, PLM 360. We have Green Building Studio, which is our cloud-based Department of Energy simulation engine, and Autodesk Buzzsaw, which is our collaborative tool for file storage, document markup, and collaboration. Mobile apps, these are just a couple. Design and Review Mobile, which is now called 360 Mobile, and AutoCAD WS. AutoCAD WS is actually a fully functioning, or almost fully functioning version of AutoCAD that runs on an iPad. Here's a whole list of some of our other applications, and if you go to just, these are basically Apple, but you notice some of these are available on the Android market as well. But if you go to the Apple App Store and just type in Autodesk, it starts to pull all of these things up. So all of us hand off of information, and we're doing this in really archaic ways now because we're using email, we're sending these things, FTP sites, and oftentimes our data collaboration looks more like that than this nice smooth handoff between all of these different parties. And it gets really confusing about who has what, when, and where. If we have a single source of truth and we start putting all of our documents in a single location, we've got something that looks more like this, where all the information is stored in a centralized database, cloud-centric. All the information is there, and all of the project teams then use that information as their go-to source. So everything updates in real time. We're not having to exchange information because we're collaborating on it live in real time. That's the cloud for us. Right? Imagine a time, and this is where we're heading, a direction that we're heading, is that the information that I as an architect start with on a project lives in a data center, and as a contractor and my engineers come on board and the building starts to get built, it's actually the same data that's in the same data center, and then the owner gets the building, goes through commissioning and takes over the building, and they use that exact same data source on that same data center to manage their facility. Never changes. There's never that handoff of information between the different sources. That's the direction we're heading in. So today, we do things on one computer. It takes 10,000 seconds, approximately, just to make a number up, to do some kind of computation. So what we're doing instead on the cloud is using 10,000 computers to do it in 1 second. That's what the cloud is. That's what it comes down to. It's not just data storage. It's having that system do work for us as well, as we saw it there. And I have cost is the same, and in actuality, it's actually cheaper to do it here because we're not having to worry about desktop hardware anymore. We're not having to worry about our own IT infrastructure. Here's the core of it. Autodesk 360 is our core cloud platform technology. That's all of its infrastructure that's on it. Around that is all of our services, rendering, optimization, and vendor optimization as well. I forgot to mention that earlier. Our energy analysis and our structural analysis, so those are all computations that are happening on the cloud. And then around that, as part of that core, is our cloud-enabled products, Simulation 360, PLM 360, BIM 360, Green Building Studio, and Buzzsaw. So that gives you an idea how we're building our cloud-based network.